Slams it from way downtown.
You know what Cruz told me? He said, hey, easy, Steve. You and Dad over there talking about the paint. I can shoot it.
Transfer from Tennessee, Martin, averaging 5.5. Ball is tipped back into the other end of the floor.
There is a package offensively to get Sturts off the ball. That's what Drake is running right now.
Manyawu off the glass. The guy has a plan. There's no doubt about that.
They are #1 in the nation in not giving up fast break points. 4.8 points a game. Missouri already has 6.
Wow. And he already knows that. He can see that. The adjustments being made. Manyawu count the bucket. 11. Barrett. Combs with the rebound. You like that shot?
I like moving the ball. It's what Dennis Gates said to his team when AJ gave us that great report from the huddle. Move it.
Combs leaves it for Manyawu. Manyawu's able to collect it and lay it in.
Trade points. And the turnovers have really been a problem so far for Bradley. What a feed. What a finish. Picked up. Just like with you, Evan. You get cut, you just tape it back up and send you back up. That's good stuff. And Evan never misses a minute of the game either. Right, Kev? With a drive and a feed inside Manyawu. Drake. And they're particularly doing a nice job on the offensive boards. We haven't seen that as much today. Most conference wins in school history, 17. Good feed. Banks inside. Beautiful spinning two from Cam.
Beautiful campus.
Step back three. No. Rebound tip. Manyawu. Follow.
Talk about the big three from the Snoopers. Can they do it again after they had 62 points yesterday? That's the first shot that Kennard has attempted.
Howard, the star in the first half. Oh, what a follow by Manyawu. They're involved. Saw what happened with Indiana State and what they did in the NIT and go,
They got the championship game in Seton Hall. Some stops. Drake will really milk the clock.
Manyawu does it again, and the
open look on the backside, but it's going to be Bennett Sturts, the guy who makes almost every decision on the offensive end for Drake.
A new 20 goes up on the shot clock, and the pass goes inside to Cam.
To finish with the 1 seed. These teams know that they will not have to play on Thursday in St. Louis at the conference tournament. They have already earned a first-round bye. That's big.
Huge, especially you get a later start time.
Manyawu on the pass from Sturts, and that's how.
It was fouls, and that's when Anderson went to work. See if Abreu can slow him down here in the second half.
Mitch Mascari. A couple of fouls in that first half, has just 1 3 for the Bulldogs. And Sturts working that clock down as he likes to do. Gets it off to Manyawu again with 3 on the shot clock. What a reverse. Great athletic.
JUCO transfer Corey Thomas.
The way that Drake is defending the ball screen, the bigs are going to be open in the middle.
Here's Isaiah Howard. He fouled out. It was Bradley in Peoria last month. 10 minutes to go in the half. Here's Manyawu on the baseline around Thomas.
Sturts, the leader in the valley, steals. Picks one. Another turnover for the Braves.
Bulldogs had 15 steals against the Braves last time they played. Manyawu gets loose. Beautiful pocket.
A nice play out of bounds.
New. Abreu on the backside will clear it for the Bulldogs. After today, just 4 regular season games for everybody in the Missouri Valley, so it's crunch time. Bennett Sturts has 5 points here today. Leading scorer in the Valley gets it to Manyawu. Not a bad move.
Play and the right play almost every time, which makes him tough to game plan against.
And a steal, Manyawu all the way in, and the Thunder Jam.
Shorten this game.
And a steal by Manyawu all the way in, Thunder Jam.
Lineup the same as it's been virtually all season long, with the exception of one game when Isaiah Jackson couldn't go because of an ankle injury. Bennett Sturts kicks the ball back outside.
Well, you go back to the Drake Bulldogs using that shot clock, and there's just a great feed. Sturts.
Presbyterian last year and at Winston-Salem 2 years prior to that.
Well, Indiana State's they've got to be able to find those gaps. This Bulldog team, they will get out and play and take a lot of those passes away.
Doing a nice job coming off the bench, a basket and a couple of good rebounds.
Well, you talk about Bulldogs blocking out too. Go back to that point of just another thing, just talking about defense, being able to take away the offensive boards, and there.
Lost his dribble, drops it down to Manyawu. Double team, got it back to Jackson, and then tipped in by Manyawu.
Both these teams, 2 of the top 50 in the country in effective field goal percentage.
Drake on the offensive side. Jackson out to Sturts. Drake as a team shoots better than 48% from the floor. Manyawu on the drive for the UNI Panthers.
Now Weisbrod, a guy that can really help this offense. His shooting ability came in with a reputation as a knockdown shooter. That time going in 2-point land. Hasn't found a consistent option on offense so far for the Panthers, but he could.
There's Cale Combs working against the freshman Reddick Bourne. Manyawu, another offensive rebound, and
McCollum calls it death by 1,000 cuts.
There is another steal and the dunk. Place in the Valley standings, and a pretty hot UNI team's won 4 of the last 5.
3. That's how you look at it. 2-point game here. Cale Combs in for Drake now. He's a Nixa product, transferred in from Wyoming to the Drake program.
You can really see the Bears trying to keep the ball out of Sturts' right hand, especially when he's up top.
Boy, clear path.
Points the ball game, so they need to get him in the flow.
Yeah. And Tyler Schmidt, only 4 minutes in the first half with those 2 fouls picked up early. So Schwieger in foul trouble with 3. Schmidt sat most of that first half with 2 as well.
The lob comes from Manyawu. The skip pass for Abreu. Nice pass back to Manyawu.
For the foul, no whistle.
Indiana State wants to get a shot up before Drake can set their defense. They're going to really push tempo. Manyawu's got a mismatch inside.
And Manyawu finishes on the... Daniel Abreu, their number 2 scorer, averaging 11 points in league play. Kind of a slow starter here tonight. Just 1 point in the first half, came at the line, and then hit that 3 moments ago. Good baseline pass.
His favorite saying is death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Another Indiana State turnover. And look at that. Wide open was Combs. Could have turned and shot, but it's not what they do. It takes some clock. Stearns to a flashing Manyawu.
Big reason is big number 35, right? Give him the basketball on his third field goal. Chase Walker up to 9 points.
Stearns working off the screen. He gets it back top of the key, and screeners come back up top. Coach P said Stearns is a wizard in ball screen situations.
Tries to turn around against him, has to kick it out for Hafner. Hafner from the corner for three. And the rebound comes to Stearns. He leads the break for the Bulldogs. Nice job by Cuff to slow him down.
Really good job of slowing him down because he had sights on getting all the way to the hoop. And Stearns, knowing the flow of the game, what they want to do, he didn't have the numbers, so he pulled it back up, and they're going to run a little clock here.
Stearns tries to shovel on the pass, and he gets it in time to Cam Manyawu.
Off the bench for Drake, transfer from Wyoming. All right, to me, it's Stearns time. Got to get him some looks, right?
Yeah, but I like the adjustments that Drake has made. They're kind of running more floppy with down screens to get some more off-ball movement to then get Stearns in the pick-and-roll action.
Howard on a bounce. The freshman off the bench had 13 last game for Drake. Good play down low.
Swinging around. Good defense by Stearns. Steps in front for the first turnover.
Leads the Valley in steals. That's why Stearns, great anticipation in the passing lane.
Stearns for Manyawu. Underneath. Great adjustment for Cam Manyawu. 5 on the shot clock. Manyawu left it short. Got his own miss, and he'll follow it up.
And this is the matchup we really want to see early, that if the Flames do get in a half-court setting, that they make it a priority to get the ball down to Siani with 2 feet in the basket. I don't think Drake has anyone that can contest or block his 2-foot, one-hand jump shot.
Starts weaving, and Manyawu finishing. If there's any big man to contend with Siani, it's the 6'8" Manyawu, who forces another steal.
Well, active hands, always the sign of a really good active defense, and Drake has that early on this early afternoon game.
Sturts plunging in, another feed, another finish.
Before we went to that break, Sam, talking about Coach East on that last possession, the Flames really have to tighten. Even though they're doing a better job on defense, they can be doing better. They have to communicate more, and then they have to get the rebound. That last possession, the shot went up. Everybody took off down the other end. Drake got the offensive board.
Sturts down to Manyawu. Pull it up. Here he goes. Sturts over Siani. Not there, but the tip for Manyawu is.
Uncharacteristic of that is him, but they'll take it any way they can get it at this point.
9 points, 4 of 5 shooting for the big man from Slovenia. It's Jackson. Abreu back to Sturts. Sturts. Probing. Now it's Manyawu and a foul.
Yeah.
Start the season. Here's Mascari. A last gasp. Strong. Manyawu, no. Manyawu, yes.
On 9. Just a matchup problem using his size, getting an easy one at the rim.
You see Jackson, Abreu, Manyawu, Mascari, and Sturts, the first 5 on the floor for head coach Ben McCullum.
And Mascari and Abreu, along with Sturts, guys that Coach Ben McCullum, if he has his druthers, is going to play 40 minutes.
Are one of the top teams in three-point attempts in the country.
Yes.
They're number 49, but they're number 74 in three-point makes. So that's one of their big stories.
And part of that is the style you have to play. This team has gotten down. It's been a tough non-conference slate. Good job by the officials coming together, and Green Bay coming back out in that 1-2-2, 1-2-1-1-ish pressure, just trying to control pace and tempo.
Sturts finds Manyawu. Manyawu finds his second basket.
Spacing for this Drake offense.
Mascari looking for his first 3. It's still not there. Manyawu, offensive rebound and basket. Abreu darts into the lane. Jackson pulls back. Has he got another one in him? Not this time. But the follow shot is there. This time, though, it's Isaiah Jackson on a double-double, finding Sturts at the buzzer. And the offensive rebound put them now 16 of 17 from the foul line. So, again, that was one of the important things for Drake today, to keep them relatively off the foul line. Bulldogs now will pull it out and chew up a little bit of time here in the game's final minutes. The drive by Sturts, and he leaves it for Manyawu.
4 of those players with him to Drake. Those 4 players all played on a national championship team.
There's Drake looking to add to an early 5-0 lead. There's Sturts, blank pass underneath, laid in by Manyawu.
All pinned on the right side of the court. If you're Kansas State, you've got to play the second and third side and move this Drake defense.
Sturts, a lot of dribbling being chased by McDaniel. Abreu with 7 on the shot clock, and a handoff for Jackson. Underneath, laid in by Manyawu. Point lead is their largest of the game. There's Mascari in the lane, dumps it down low, and Manyawu lays it in.
State.
Will be 4 points. He's played 8 minutes. And missed by McDaniel off the glass.
There's the ball just stuck. It didn't move out of McDaniel's hands. When they're moving side to side, Wildcats are much more effective.
Starts lob stuff. Manyawu.
Time by Spriggs, just unable to hang on. But pretty good offense so far.
Drake winners of 25 in a row on their home court. That is 3rd best in the country. Houston and UConn tied for number 1. Going right to the paint is Cam.
Hasn't done a lot of give up offensive rebounds to their opponents. That time a second chance opportunity for the Fighting Bees.
St. Ambrose staying within 4 points of Drake early, 3 minutes into the contest. Sturts, the lob for Manyawu. The feed intended for Garrison, but knocked away. Bulldogs come up with another turnover, try to finish. They'll have to reset the offense now. Manyawu takes it right down the middle. NCAA player. Open look, Abreu. Rebound, Manyawu. And
For number 14, Bennett Sturts, making a case to be one of the best players in the Missouri Valley this year.
Shot rattles out, and Howard get another rebound. Jackson, the floater for Manyawu.
That assist.
Roger Powell told his squad to do is trust your offense. Move the ball, let it change sides a couple times instead of settling for that first side open 3 that might be there.
Tough assignment now for the freshman on Sturts. See Valpo switch a lot more than Drake will. Manyawu bulls his way in and gives Drake their first lead. This one, it looked like the game was going to get away. Valpo's hit back-to-back threes, and they've cut it to 8.
And screening with Isaiah Shaw is a good idea there because they will not switch on that screen. They're staying with Shaw. And so if a defender can't get through, that's leaving Valpo open players.
The lob Sturts to Mel on these drives.
Some of these drives are Valpo players are used to getting fouled on these drives, and they've not been able to get that whistle today.
Boy, a mistake defensively. Trigger went to double, man. Here's Sturts. He will drive, can't finish, but put back up and in by Manyawu.
Defensive rebound there for Manyawu, but Georgia Southern, a team that really wants to shoot threes, makes over 9 a game, top 75 in the country.
45% of their tries are from behind the 3-point line. Abreu swings it in to Manyawu, who worked down the lane to score. Can Manyawu coming off the first lead in the ball game in their first 3.
Yeah, and Aaron Banks, a guy that started most of the season last year, averaged over 10 a game. So he is very, very capable to move into that starting slot. And you see the confidence early from Banks.
Sturts works it to Abreu. Eagles basically a man-to-man defense, but they do a lot of switching.
Yeah, special and ball screens. Cutting so important is just great ball movement. That position, the guys that we talked about, Nate Ferguson, Andrew Aaliyah, stayed in a Drake uniform. And now building some early seeds of success here.
Sturts the lob, and Manyawu the
shot. Not shy, he will let it fly. And Manyawu backing down Devin McLaughlin, trying to spin his way free, and he opens the score. With Bennett Sturts, one of those 4 players he brought over, he said, we all had confidence in ourselves, but we didn't know, can we play at this level? Well, they scrimmaged Texas Tech before the season started, hung with them, and that gave them a ton of confidence to come here to Charleston and play their best basketball. And now a chance to lead with a trophy. Good play. Cam Manyawu away. Tavion Banks, the steal. And another missed layup. Finally, it goes down. Cam Manyawu. Sturts finds a wide open.
It's a Drake offense that rarely hurts their defense. Tonight, their offense is killing their defense. And it's the speed, it's the defensive speed in the hands of Vanderbilt that are doing damage.
Cam Manyawu.
Easing to buy into. Like, this is a really unselfish team for so many new guys this early in the year.
Sturts, another great find. Manyawu goes up with it, over carry. And
Vanderbilt plays out of in their offense. They get you in rotation and help and recover, and then they just chew you up.
Great pass from Sturts. Cam Manyawu continues. Wide open. Another jam. It's a rack attack.
Your officials this afternoon, John Gaffney, Jeff Anderson, and Antonio Petty. We are underway in Charleston. A spot in the Charleston Classic Finals on the line. Drake controls the opening tip in their road blue uniforms.
How fun it is to be playing for a championship this early in the season. They're getting a chance to.
There's the big man, three, Cam Manyawu, one of four starters who has transferred.
Too big to their perimeter game. I think for Drake, they do such a good job of moving the basketball and getting high-quality shots.
4 of the 5 Drake starters are transfers from Division II Northwest Missouri State. They won a national championship last year, led by their head coach, Ben McCollum, who bleeds some clock. There's 3 to go. A logo 3 off to the right. But the rebound and putback, Cam Manyawu has 6.
I love Manyawu.
Assist to the game for Leland Walker. Nice look inside, paid off by Manyawu. Great feed from, but Drake, for their part, 3rd in the nation in points against.
Like I said, it's a contrast in style. A lot of it has to do with the way Drake handles the basketball, take their time scoring.
Nice pocket pass, Sturts.
Look at Coach Larinaga. They never get rattled. They always play with poise, and they find a way to get it done at the end.
75-year-old Jim Larinaga, stoic on the sidelines. His expression has not changed so far in the first 3 minutes. Another pocket pass. Manyawu with the 2-hand flow. Nice take by Cam Manyawu.
The floor games we've seen from Bennett Sturts here just in 2 games in a Bulldog uniform, but really understands when to attack, when to push, sees the floor well, good passer.
Jackson with the pitch for Abreu. Now Sturts down the lane. He kicks from Manyawu. Manyawu goes up and scores. An up and under move by Cam Manyawu.
Stare down, not too much to draw attention, but a little bit just to let Cam Manyawu know.
His 3rd block tonight. Manyawu is going to challenge him once again, and that'll quiet him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Mascari in the paint. Manyawu will clean it up.
I think a pretty good look that time. York bench happy with that possession.
Isaiah Jackson got the rebound there. Here's Manyawu in the paint. Did have a scrimmage against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
From what we're told, things went well for Drake.
Yeah, those not so secret scrimmages that it seems like every team has nowadays.
The dark web posts a score somewhere. Here's Manyawu. How about that bucket?